So let's have some fun. Like, we see bad animation enough, let's cleanse our eyes with a little bit better animations.
Yay! Klaus, let's go!
Have you watched Klaus?
Yeah, I did. I watched it with my previous animation friends, Coachmates. Yeah, we watched it together.
So, have you seen this documentary yet?
I mean, I could always watch it again.
Okay, if you guys don't know what Klaus is, I think I can just change into a different scene. Hold on a little bit, let me, because this is a little bit much more educational, let me try to change the scene. Okay, my face is there, let me change a little bit.
YouTube to understand. Let's wait, those shorts are good.
Okay, now let's take a look at this.
When the animation process for Netflix's Klaus began, it looked something like this. It eventually started looking like a pretty impressive 2D film. But then, the animators went one step further to create a film that looked like this.
Yeah, this is Klaus. It's actually 2D.
Oh, you use the 3D lighting on it.
A lot of people think like this entire thing is like 3D. No, it's not even 3D lighting. They use a special tech that is like tracking. It's just a tracking tech. It's not even actual 3D lighting.
Oh, a tracking.
Like, a lot of people assume they use like blenders or like Maya and then put the lighting that way. They just like have geometric shape and then like put lighting on it, like those kind of like you know, like a lot of like effect what they call it, CGI. Yes, like CGI kind of lighting stuff. They have actually like 2D model. They have 2D outward here, and then they basically have like a 3D model invisible like on the outside. So when they like shine the lighting onto it, so it can light it like properly that way. But no, actually, they have a special software that you put a light. Imagine you put a light on the eye. So if the character moves their head to the right, it actually tracks the head and then moves the light to the right.
Okay.
So they put tracker on the lighting.
Oh.
So the light tracks the image, and then all they have to do is to tweak a little bit left, a little bit right. If they see like maybe like in some frame it doesn't look good enough, they just do a little bit tweaking.
Yeah.
Later on, I can show you like how they do the lighting.
Film that looked like this. Suddenly the characters looked three-dimensional. But unlike most animated movies these days, the characters in Klaus aren't CGI, and can't even be considered 3D. It's all just a trick of the light.
Yeah, it's not even 3D. Everything is just 2D.
About 300 people, including 40 animators, work.
I say again, normally when it comes to especially animations, at Japan Anime Studio, generally 100 of people or 150. Unless it's like Studio Trigger or some very, very like big studio, they would have like around like 300 people. Especially for people who do movies. Movies have like 600 to 700-ish people like doing the animations. This is why Disney doesn't want people to do animation anymore, like 2D animation anymore, because it requires like shit tons of people to do it.
Worked on the movie Klaus, which took over 2 years to make, and it was completed under the wire, just 1 month before it premiered on Netflix. So why did it take so many people and so much time? 40 animators worked on the movie Klaus, which took over 2 years to make.
Oh, 2 years.
And it was completed under the wire, just 1 month before it premiered on Netflix.
Only 1 month? Are you serious?
Oh, they make it 2 years before like it actual like the deadline. They finish it 1 month before the deadline. The airing
why
line.
did it take so many people and so much time? To understand, we have to go back to 2010. Long before Klaus was nominated for an Academy Award, to when director Sergio Pablos came up with the idea. Because his story was about the origin of Santa Claus, it appealed to nostalgia. And he thought a nostalgic 2D animation style, like we saw in the 90s Disney films, would be a better fit for the story. But he also wanted to advance the look, so his team at SPA Studios in Madrid added a few new crucial steps to the animation process.
I never looked at 3D as an evolution of 2D. I looked at it as a split, like there's a new way of making animation now.
First, they storyboarded the script and made a cut using temporary voices for the characters. They swapped these out later once the real cast was recorded.
So generally, animator can have like, if they're lucky, they can flex their voice acting skill.
Yeah.
Because a lot of animator actually does their own voice at for fun, because like they can't just like hire a voice actor 24/7 on standby, so they have to do the voice themselves as a replacement. And then once like everything is like solid, and then they will like ask more professional people or like celebrity they hire to like do the voice.
Next
They
step
have to,
was
like, do
layout.
the actions for the storyboarding themselves.
Yeah, they did that too. So essentially, if you really want, there is like almost all animations have a hidden versions that is not voiced by the original voice actors. It's all voiced by the animation studio.
Yeah. And usually, like, if they want to act, they have to say the script lah, so that they can get the timing and the pacing of the actions correct.
Yeah. So in a way, they all actually that is like the entire animation. That's like a very complete versions of the one that is not with the actual voice actors.
Mm.
Yeah. This is why Snyder Cut exists, because like there's like a off edit versions. Almost every animation story have like a not voice actor versions.
Where the team
And the animator actually kept it. It's like a secret version only the animator can access.
It's like, if they like
designed
it, wait, I
backgrounds
can
and-
use this instead.
Yeah, it's basically like they have like alpha versions only they can watch, and it's voiced by the internal animator studio only.
Mm.
So it's not like a full official with the animators. So it's just like themselves to watch only.
Okay.
and figured out the placement of the cameras. Animating the characters and coloring the backgrounds happens simultaneously.
So yep,
The
this is a animatic. If you guys kind of look at it right now, this is what I talk about.
Cameras.
I draw rough
Animating the
animations.
characters
This
and
is
coloring
the
the
rough
backgrounds
animations.
happens simultaneously.
This is my job. I have to
end goal was to
draw. I have to draw so much rough animations. I learned to don't give a shit about detail.
Ah.
Here's the thing: like if you have to draw animations, just say like you want a 1 minute, opening. 1 second, 25 frame. Within those 25 frame, there's like 14 to like maybe 17 frame is drawn. So 1 second, I have to draw maybe like on average 15 drawing inside. So imagine 1 minute. I have to draw
Wow.
hundreds of image in 1 minute.
Yeah. And 1 minute has 60
Like-
seconds.
I basically have like over 500 drawing I need to draw in like one frame. And this is why animation is like stupidly expensive, especially when you actually order animation from like one guy. Usually people who do animation commissions is expensive and also maybe have like 5 or 6 people. Like general numbers, either 4 people or 8 people is working on it. If it's like a very small team. Because people have to do like, okay, you do 1 to 5 seconds, this group, 1 to 3, and do like ABC sections. ABC section is basically like one do like maybe like the line art, the key post, and then a second one do the fill up, the third one do the coloring. Every single time they complete like because like the first person complete the frame, and then the second person need to go to finish the fill in art. Each fill in art they complete, they have to keep tossing it to the guy who do the color filling. So they have to like fill in the flat colors every single frame. And then after they do the every single frame, the fourth persons have to do like either the effect or the lighting, all those kind of things. So everyone is like non-stop doing job, because like when the first person finish all the key posts, he either have to hop to they already handle like first 1 to 5 seconds, so now they have to handle like 6 to 11 seconds. Either he have to do that, or he have to jump to another job, do background. So now they have to draw the background out, and then the other guy have to like fill in like the coloring, another guy have to fill in the effect and this and that other stuff, another guy have to like play with the camera. It's the same 4 person keep rotating jobs non-stop to actually manage to complete something like a 3-minute animations in maybe 1 month or 2. This is why when you commission someone do like opening animations, it takes months to do it, even with 4 or 8 people.
Yeah, it does take long.
If you want like a anime opening, like from one guy, like he needs like 1 or 2 years to actually like finish it. You have to
Yeah.
dedicate his entire 2 years life just to draw on that thing. If he doesn't like accept, if he doesn't ask for like 20K or like 50K USD for payment, like he is going to die, because like imagine he basically have nothing to do but to do your animations.
There's a lot to think. Like it's a bit of outlook at
Yeah,
how
that
the animation industry works.
yeah, that's like a like Twitter post that Vtuber is like suggest like, why everyone have that like starting soon scene? Why don't we just have like anime opening put in there? I was like, well, if you have the budget, go ahead. And then that person after like the next like reply message like he put is like, holy shit, why anime is so expensive? And then I give him this entire like explanations. Why? Because you're paying for 4 people. If you're not paying for 4 people, you're paying for entire like 1 year living expense of a person who draw entire artwork for you, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then like I'm pretty sure like whoever made that comment does have not even seen like any VTuber debut. Because like what it's usually on the debuts where a lot of VTubers drop animation. Yeah, the lore drops. Yeah.
And those things are freakishly expensive.
Yeah.
This is why like some VTuber is like cost like 50 to 60K USD. 60K USD.
Yeah.
It's because of that.
Yeah, imagine you want to make your own live 2D model and you also wait, oh, I want my law animation release. Oh, and I also want my original song release. So you need a mixer and a producer with the music as well, like that.
Now, Simon, we are talking about animation. We are not talking about After Effects. You toss something in, expand and close out. Those things can do in a week if you want a fancy one. If you want a simple one, you can do it in a day. Animations is hand drawn each and every frame. I think you forgot the part that I say like 1 second have 25 frames and then 1 minute have 60 seconds. You can do the math yourself.
Okay, Simon, you can look up flipbook animations. That is exactly how long does it took.
Look how thick that flip book is.
Yeah, you need like the whole book of it to make a flipbook animation.
Try to think this. I show this part again.
When the anime,
like you see all this thing
process for
happening
Netflix
so
is
smoothly,
closed.
right? This is not. This is like 60% of the work already done. You have to think about it. They have to do animatic, and then afterward they have to do like key pose. After the key pose, they have to do fill art. This they say is rough. Like bullshit. This is not rough.
How many frames are they animating? Is it 30 frames or under 60 frames?
If it's movie is 30 frame to 50 frame.
Oh, that's like close to 60 frames.
Yes, it's 60 frame per second, but inside they only fill in like 50 frame around.
Oh,
50
well,
to
that's still a lot,
like 40-ish
though.
frame.
Yeah.
began,
Like you can see like all this like flash, like you see all this flash
Klaus
of things.
began,
It's like
Uh-huh.
if I manage to capture one of them,
it looked something like this.
it's really
that
hard to
number
capture. The animation
81,
process
that's
for
frame
Netflix is
81. Something like that.
like this
Those
is
are
like
my
19 frame
Yeah.
and 24
Yeah.
frame and 30 frame and 36 frame. This is like 1 second. This is literally a span of 1 second you're looking at here. 39 frame, 40-ish frame. This is 1 second.
Oh, okay.
And then aside from that, they have like this like frame timer. You can
Process
see.
for Netflix is Klaus began.
You see all this thing?
Oh, yeah, the
It's
scale.
frame timer, like how much the gap you have to draw in between frame. They have zero gap, you can see, like set 27, 28, 29, and then 30, and then like, okay, now they're starting to skip frame. 32 instead of 31, so they
Oh.
skip 1 frame in here. And then 34, they skip another 1 frame in here.
Huh?
So they save 2 frame within like 60 frame per second.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. A lot
So
of
they draw
words.
so they draw
Yeah.
around like this entire thing Yeah, it's like 53-ish kind of frame in 1 second, and then afterward they have to do 53 frame colors, flat colors, and then they have to do 53 image for the effect, just for 1 second.
Something like this.
Like,
It eventually started looking like a pretty impressive
See, ink and
2D
painting,
film. But then the animators went one step further.
and then now they do the lighting.
They made a film that looked like this.
They still haven't put like effect into it yet.
Suddenly the characters looked three-dimensional. But unlike most animated movies these days, the characters
This is why Disney are going for 3D. 3D is much cheaper. You basically have the model, you're just puppeteering them.
Oh yeah.
You just
okay,
play
yeah,
with
that
dolls
makes
when you
sense.
like have 3D.
Yeah. It's
And then
like,
lighting, you don't have to draw lighting. You just have like set up lighting for the environment, the way you want them to shine, done.
in Klaus aren't
Just
CGI
learn math,
and can't even be considered.
Get the lighting plugin and done.
Yeah, this is how complex like 2D animations is. This is why Disney don't want to make another 2D animations. It's freaking expensive.
3D. It's all just a trick of the light. 2D.
So let's go back to this particular part, okay?
Okay.
Obviously. The end goal was to have both blend together seamlessly and look like they're part of the same world.
Basically, they have this philosophy of flat light and then environmental lighting. They have like a core lighting, like shading lighting, like on the animation itself, and then they add in the environmental lighting. So it's not just like full-on flat colors. You can see like in this particular frame on this one.
It eventually started looking.
Now you can see they have shadings. The nose, like maybe in some part they have like, you can see like on the shadows on the object, there is shading there. But it's not environmental lighting, it's the object color itself, it's the textures of the object. The lighting is still not added in yet. So
Like a
after they
pretty
add the
impressive
lighting,
2D film.
environmental
But then
lighting,
the
or the
animators
bounce
went
light,
one
or the
step-
key light, you can see. Now like you can see like the beam that I just mentioned, they have like lighting. Like the lighting has been like added on with like the environment itself. So the environment lighting is added onto it.
Yeah. And it's so pretty to just look at this.
But they are still technically like, if they strip out like the lighting, this is just how the wood looks like. Like after they add in more lighting into it, like it's basically you enhance like some of the lighting of like some of the area. Now you can see like the soft lighting from some place, a little bit of soft gradient happening in here. Like generally most of the stuff there.
Backgrounds happened simultaneously. The end goal was to have both blend together seamlessly and look like they're part of the same world. The characters were all hand-drawn using digital tablets and a program called Harmony by Toon Boom. The animators used live-action reference videos of themselves as a guide. The initial sketches were very rough, as you can see here.
Rough. Don't lie
But
to
there was
me.
a cleanup
This is not rough. This is already partially already finished. The cleanup is this one. This is basically after the rough they have. You can see like very sketchy line. So after the sketchy, it's basically, this is the third phase of the sketch. When it comes to animations, there's like 3 phases. The rough animatic is like the one that you just saw, like the very like scribble drawing like this one. This is the rough. This is the actual rough.
Okay.
And then after they do a cleanup with like all the sketch line, that basically they have vector line on it, then it's like the proper
Artists
cleanup.
refined the drawings with crisp, bold lines. Then they painted the characters with basic flat colors. Here, everything still looks very 2D, but they will soon bring the characters to life with a very important addition usually reserved for 3D animation: lighting. His team tested out a new method of lighting 2D characters and released a 2-minute, 30-second long proof of concept teaser back in 2015. The proof of concept looked good and secured them a deal with Netflix, but the process was too labor-intensive, so they partnered with a French company called Les Films de...
Yeah. So this teaser, they didn't use the software, so they manually do all the lighting.
long proof of concept
Frame
teaser back in
by frame. All this thing, frame by frame.
2015.
Wow.
The proof of concept
All this thing, frame by frame.
good and secured them a deal with Netflix, but the process
Yep,
was too
everything here is frame by frame.
intensive. So
After they realized like, this is bullshit, we cannot do this.
The French
And then they
company
hired this
called
company.
Les Films de Poisson Rouge to help advance the technology, which they called CLAS, short for Klaus, Light, and Shadow.
So they basically hired a software company, develop a tracking software for them. So they can place lighting. The lighting basically do the fill in. So they can just do the key, like doing animation, we do like key pose and then like do filler pose, right? So the in between stuff. So the animator just need to do the key pose, done. It will automatically track the in between stuff. Back then, they have to do all the in between themselves manually. Now it basically like they have like a tracking software to track the movement. So they only have to place the key lighting at key pose. Done.
Poisson Rouge was able to make the tool much more
That's actually
efficient and
quite
easier for the
efficient.
artists to work with. The CLAS tool allowed the artists to paint with light, using a number of different types of lighting in various combinations. Like
Yeah, this
key
is the
light
biggest
and
flex you
ambient
can
light.
have like
With
in the
3D
entire 2D
CGI,
industry.
light is added automatically to objects, but it's trickier
See?
with 2D.
No, you can
But
just
with the
take
It's
lines,
auto
with
tracking.
drawings, the computer needs a certain level of
take
AI
all
so you
these
can
frames and you
understand
can just
that
put
this
any
line
light you
corresponds to
want.
this line, this hand is also this
But
hand.
here's the thing: we see this like very simple, but in reality, it's actually not. So if I
Secured them a
play
deal with Netflix.
this, not this one. Yes, this one. Is it? No, not this. This one. So if they, no, not all this thing. There's like this particular one that is, yes, this particular one. So that's the lighting time lapse. This is how they do the time lapse lighting. So they basically they have two layers of lighting: the core lighting and then the soft edge lighting. So basically, like they have one that is feathered out, and then there's one like on the core of the centers. So no matter like what happens, is like it's going to blend in like really well. So you can see like how they. I have to times 2 the speed for this particular one. So playback speed times 2. I muted it, so yeah. So when you kind of like see them, they just click, and then, okay, this is the one, and then they have to like feather it out. You can see like they feather out like the light,
soften it.
soft it, and then they put an even softer one outside. So it seems like seamless like blending. So after they finish all the setup, they literally have like a drawing that is basically how are you going to light the beard and stuff. Like this is the shadow, this is the secondary interior shadow. Interior shadow is basically like touching shadow. If you guys don't know what the touching shadow is, it's like now looking at your thumb and your fingers, you try to touch them together. You can see like in between the touching point of like your fingers and thumb touching together, like there's a shadow in between. That is the interior shadows. So
Trying to touch my thumb.
yeah, you try to put it right in front of any light source, you will still see the shadow, because when object is touching, there's like a very thick shadow will come out. No matter how much the light is shooting at it, unless you stand right in front of the sun, you will see the shadow in between your fingers.
Harsh shadow, right? The darkest shadow.
So this is like why sometimes like some people do like the inking, like heavy inking stuff, because like it does speaks true on quite a lot of lighting stuff. So you can see them that they basically after they established like creating all the lighting, okay, they're creating all the lighting and stuff.
Man.
It's basically they spend most of their time like do this. There's basically one guy job is do this. After they spend like the entire movement setup like this, you can see them. Okay, they start playing the movie. So I'm going to slow it back to normal speed. Normal. So they start playing the movie, and then the frame, every single time the frame moved. So they do like the general like lighting stuff. Okay, everything done. You can see like open eye, close eyes. The lighting actually, you can see like the beer from here. Try to focus on this beer when they start moving it. See, it actually moves itself. Especially the nose one is easy to see if it's like from the nose. You can see from the this particular part, like on the nose, this part. So when they moved, like when they start playing frame, maybe like the next 5 frame, see, they actually track and follow down. There's a tracking there. But the tracking is not perfect. So sometimes they have to go in between, fix the lighting. See,
Yeah.
they still have to fix it a little bit. See, they have to like shift it a little bit, move a little bit here, a little bit there. The tracking is that at least they're not doing like recreate all this thing frame by frame.
Yeah.
The teaser actually was made frame by frame.
Ah, man. This is like, like this like rotoscope, but you rotoscope lighting.
Yes, there are rotoscope lighting back then. Now actually it's like slightly less work, but still a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, talking about rotoscope and masking here, this is definitely tedious.
This is a slightly less pseudo version of rotoscope. You can see like,
Yeah.
see they just move itself afterward, and then like they have to add the lighting themselves again. Sometimes it's not like 100% tracking, so they have to move a little bit, things like shifting themselves. Like the general like on the beer side, they don't have to move it because it's so visible. But sometimes they can't track the lips, so they still at the end have to do the lips or the nose, like some part of things. Like there's still quite a lot of general lighting is still tracking, so they don't have to do too much work.
Yeah, I think all of the people that worked in this movie, they need to be like editors to do this rotoscope lighting thing.
Like here's the thing, this is why like the original video they did say like they have
like
how many
only
people in there?
40.
No,
Unlike
they have
most animated
300
movies
people
these
there.
days,
40
the
people is the
characters in Klaus
animators.
aren't CGI and can't even
Do
be
you know like
considered
the
3D.
rest of the people,
It's all
what are
just
they
a trick of the
doing?
light.
The rest of the people are doing the lighting.
I can make sense.
About
The rest of the people is doing all this like animators only do the key pose, storyboarding, animatic. The rest of all this thing is the rest of the other like not 40 animators they're doing.
sketches were very
Not animators. This is not animators' job.
rough.
Like all
as you
this
can
like
see
thing
here.
is not animators' job. And animators just do like key pose and movement. Just direct all the movement done. And then the rest of this like in between are the technically grunt work animators. They don't even call animators, to be honest.
Damn. Okay.
But there was
Now
a
I
cleanup stage in
understand.
which
And the
artists
people
refined
who
the
put
drawings with
colors onto
crisp,
them?
bold lines.
No, they are not animators.
Then they painted the characters with basic
People put
flat
lighting
colors.
on them? No, they are not
Here,
animators.
everything still looks
The one who do this, the one who set up this,
layout,
animators.
where the team designed backgrounds.
The one who
happened
draw this,
simultaneously.
animators.
The end goal was to have both blend together
Like,
seamlessly and look like the reference
The one
videos
who do this, animators. But the one who do all the thing that I just said, not animators.
the characters with
Not
basic
animators. Not animators.
Still looks very
300
2D,
animators.
but they will soon
but
bring the
they only
characters to life
specify
with a
40
very important
animators, not 300.
Like all these people, they are like grunt workers. They aren't even exactly call themselves animators.
for 3D animation.
They are second-class citizens.
His team tested out a new method of lighting 2D characters and released a 2-minute
Yeah, technically, animators are second-class citizens. Like the guy who do the lighting stuff, they are the third-class citizens. The rest of the people who does all this, they are slave.
Here, everything still looks
This is
very
why I
2D.
say working under the animators like umbrella is fucking hard. It's like
Yeah.
this is your job. People who usually stuck doing all this, they are doing that forever. Unless you know like the animators, the actual animators. You know them, and then they know the boss, and then maybe like you can pitch idea to them, and then they can pitch idea to their boss, and then maybe you can become the lead writers. Maybe. Basically, it's just
all about
luck.
Cable.
It's
It's
really
all
luck
about-
based.
Yeah, luck and cable.
2D. But they will soon bring the
But you can't flex your. That's the thing. You can't flex your skill because your job is to be dead persons. You have to be very dead. You cannot be creative. You cannot be like doing something special on your own because you're doing animations. All this thing you have to follow A to B.
Then they painted the
A to
characters
Z
with
exactly.
basic
So it's not like you can have a chance to flex your skill in front of like an animator, in front of a directors, in front of anyone.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. Because sometimes like I see a few animated Twitter that like post like their animatic at the at the Twitter, right? Okay. And then like when I see those kind of posts, like man, I kind of like assume that maybe they did like the key posing and also the maybe in between for it if they have it. Yeah. But like maybe most of the work they done it and not just doing the in between for that particular scene, for example. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Basically, everyone handle one scene. This entire thing consider one scene. Okay, so one scene, each
The initial
one
sketches
scene
were
here. This
very
entire
rough,
scene,
as you can see
that's
here.
like Team A doing
But there was a
it,
cleanup stage.
and then
Oh.
Team A is basically have like maybe 16 people doing it, and then there's people doing like Team B. Team B is doing this.
The end goal was to have
The entire animation of that scene from here, and then after they have to do the rough, the cleanup, the colors, and then the lighting going out. From here, point A to going out to the door, they are second scene. So there will be Team B doing that. So they already have everything sectioned out. They plan out everything. This is why, aside like one of like that person's that job is like there's basically it's like maybe like 20 or to 10. Sometimes it's just like one guy, sadly. Maybe 1 to like 3 people. Among this like 300 people, they are doing job management. You do scene. This group do scene A. This group do scene B, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Like they basically like manage all the teams that handle the jobs.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very complex. Animation is a very complex job. This is why it's so expensive. Sometimes, obviously, small company when they don't have like 300 people, the guy that do key posts have to manage all the things. They have to be the director, the writer, the storyboard artist, the animatic creators, and then the key post artists, and then they also have to manage all the jobs. And maybe that 5-6 people working under him, the rough, the in between, the rough, and then like the colors, the effect, the lightings. They have to manage all of them, like timing, like okay, first week you guys do this, second week you guys do that, third week you guys do that. They have to plan everything, and the guy already has been so busy with like all the like storyboarding. Also, they have to like contact the client. Animation is expensive because of that. Like indie animations, I mean, like you go to VGen, you maybe like see like one guy like do like anime opening. They mark themselves as a studio, maybe like 8 people studio, 16 people studio. It's still expensive as heck. You are paying for 16 people. You are paying for 8 people. If you're paying for 1 people, you have to pay like 2 years worth of like salary to that person's. Maybe 1 year.
Keep food on the table.
Yeah, you basically took like a year of their time to make like entire animations, like anime opening.
Yeah.
The fastest people can do it still need like 6 to 7 months. If you don't have a team with you, it's just going to be 6 and 7 months. Like do like maybe like 5-minute animations.
It will be like that.
Like strangely, I'm not in a It's already in editing. When you do lighting, it's editing.
Yeah. You can see the technique they do in the lighting thingy. That's actually masking and rotoscoping. So like in editing, you can keyframe the rotoscope mask just so like it tracks and follow the human, the model, right? Yeah, that is technically editing too. Yeah, but you can also like keyframe and animate it in that editing thingy using the mask and the rotoscope technique.
And then there's like maybe 10 to 12 people here in this like 300 people is Foley artists. You know what a Foley artist is, right?
Yeah. The design, the concept artist. Yeah.
No. Foley artist is not just concepting. They are 90% of the sound effect.
They are the sound effect?
They call artists, but generally what their job is do sound stuff.
Oh, the sound artist. Okay.
Yeah, technically Doobie is working on that job for like some certain animations from Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does like sound effect and stuff, this and that, the other things. VFX artists are different. VFX artists is like the lighting stuff.
Yeah.
lighting stuff, or like you say like explosions. They have like a separate things like when it comes to explosion. That's like one special file that is like putting layers onto videos. I forgot what the file names. Like, do you remember that file names? Like when you do 3D stuff, you can render like the image and the effects separately, and then afterward you can have like this file like compile them together.
Oh,
And
shoot,
you
I
can
forgot.
yeah, you can edit in
Batch render?
between. Like imagine like you have a file of an image of
Mhm.
explosions and another file of an image of like the plane flying around, and then you have to add a lighting to it. So they kind of like have like an in between things. You can add the
yeah.
lighting onto like the file of edit the file itself.
Yeah. I think that's compositing. I just because you just combine it together and then
Yeah,
you
it's
add
like a
lighting.
compositing like file.
I forgot the name of the file. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's also been so long for me. I kind of forgot the name
Yeah.
too. But that is like for VFX artists. SFX artists, yes, that one. But aside from like doing SFX, like Foley artists, they are also directing the sound. Like which direction it come from, the sound effect, what sound to use, this and that, other stuff.
The sound director.
Yeah. So there's definitely like around like maybe like 13 to like 15 people working there for this like 300 people. Sometimes it's like lesser. They don't really have to be like complex like big group. So sometimes it's just like 5 people or like 1 people is enough. Depends on the scale. But this is movie, so definitely have like maybe most minimum have like 5 people in there working all these things in different sections. Like okay, you do scene A, you do scene B, you do scene C, something like that. And then they have like one director there just to monitoring everyone, those kind of things. So you have to hop to A, B, C, D scenes daily just to check on everyone.
Yeah.
Animation is difficult. Nobody actually know that. They just see moving image.
Yeah. They feel like CGI artist is worth more. Like no, animation is more expensive than CGI. Because you plan everything, not just basically everything from the start until the.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like animation is so complex. Like
Class
it's really
tool
hard to
allowed the
understand
artists
most
to
of the
paint
things
with
here.
light, using a number of
You
different
see
types of
all this
lighting
thing
and
like
various
this is
combinations.
like this for us is just like a few seconds, but it's someone like 5-6 months of life.
Like key light and ambient light. With 3D CGI, light is added automatically to objects, but it's trickier with 2D.
But with the lines, with drawings, the computer needs a certain level of AI to even understand that this line corresponds to this line, and this hand is also this hand.
The software tracks movement of the characters so
This is why again, there's a reason why I don't hate AI stuff. Because seriously, if AI like all those kind become like really smart, can help animators, you can really make an animation yourself. Like they can do all the in-between stuff. Though all those in-between stuff is bullshit. Like you have to hire like a group of slave for you to like do the in-between things. Like even all the lighting and stuff. Imagine you can just draw the key pose and then you just voila, you have animations.
Yeah.
This is why the moment like people be like generative AI become a thing, I'll be like, yes, I can make animation myself. And then people use it in the wrong way. I was like, ah.
Okay, then let me ask you, Kire, what do you think of the Italian brain rot animation?
What Italian brain rot animations? You mean
Yeah,
like those like
the
AI
one-
like cat art stuff?
Yeah, the shark with the boot thingy, the ballerina cappuccina.
I those things are not animation for me. Those things are AI stuff. AI stuff and animation is a very different things. I mean like if I feed the AI, like everyone, like imagine like everyone have like this like personal AI that can just feed I can just feed them all my art style and the way I do drawing, all my key pose, and then they understand it. They can draw the in-between pose the way I wanted to. If like they didn't do like very like specific, I just like shorten the keyframe like have like much more compact keyframe. I still do less work than most other animations like does.
Mhm.
That is like the main key things. Like the moment I see like all those things, like that is like how I imagine. But you know, we can't have nice things. Those AI bro ruin it.
Yeah.
Now everyone hate AI because like how they do it, how they use it, how even the AI is created, like stealing everyone's shit. Again, I don't hate the technologies, but I hate the people using it.
You hate the people monopolizing and capitalizing AI.
Yeah, it's like fire is a good thing. I love fire. I can cook food. I can get myself warm. But I hate the people who use fire to burn the shit out of people's house.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
So the light and shadows will move.
Simon asked, like, what's the least expensive? Like, what do you think is the most least expensive in the whole animation pipeline, basically?
The entire animation pipeline.
Uh-huh.
Nothing is nothing is cheap. Seriously.
Not even script writing?
Nope. Unless you use AI to do script writing, yes, it's cheap. Like that's the thing. Even script writing, you need a certain level of skill. Not just being
Yeah.
professional. Try to think about this. If you want to write Asian characters, you have to write them speak like Asians. So you have to write the dialogue wrong. Not write correct English, you have to write Asian English.
Yeah. like wrong
So-
basic English.
Yeah, so getting A in your English lessons doesn't help. Being an English major doesn't help. You have to understand the culture, study how Asian people speak, and then write like Asians. So when people do voice acting, they can sound like an Asian even they didn't have formal training. A good script writers can write it so well, you don't have to be good at voice acting, you just read it well, you can sound like an Asian.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I mean other than animation. What? What
Basically
else is
video
new?
editing stuff, but here's the thing, like video editing is expensive. Like the
Yeah.
most inexpensive one is basically how lazy you are.
Yeah.
Editing is always complex. It always takes a lot of time. Here's the thing. If I decided to take this particular podcast out and then edit it into like maybe VOD or something or highlight and stuff, depends on how lazy I am. I can just crop everything by timeline, just crop the highlight part, snitch them together, done. Inexpensive.
Yeah.
But if I want to add a little bit context when I talk about funny stuff or like anything related stuff, like Lofi just talk about the French like AI animation thingy, I can, when she talk about it, if I can just go search the video, download the video, put it right like in some like maybe on the left side of like what our screen is, and then when she talk about it, I can put it in there, show it to people. That is extra works. And then how I still have to find like that particular part when Lofi talk about it. So I have to watch the video. So imagine I editing a 50-minute video. First thing I have to do is to watch that 50-minute video. So by default, I already spent 50-minute time. And then
Yeah.
afterward, I have to edit the videos. I have to spend like in between time, keep reading and keep scrolling, keep panning around the timeline. And then it's basically basically you have a 50-minute video to like edit. Expect you have to work more than 50 minutes already. And then
Yeah.
with all the editing stuff you added into it, it's more like 50 minutes will turn to an entire day, maybe 2 days. If you have to edit more stuff. You have to chop
Yep.
things in, edit the sound, put some sound effect into it for fun, like doing, pong, like all those kind of things. Like when we talk about jokes and then you want to put like people laughter in there, ha 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 ha, all those kind of things. And then you have to go active. If you don't have the sound file for those kind of things, you have to actively go to internet and search about it, find the perfect sound for it, and then you have to put it into it. And then you have to like do cropping, find a video, track everything, anything that you mentions, and you feel like, hey, maybe I can put this meme into like the screen for fun. Like, because like it is related to the things we talk about. And then we have to go and find the meme. Maybe the meme is copyrighted. We have to maybe make the meme ourselves. Like do this, do that. It's like lots of things. Yeah, even gameplay video function the same way. Again, depends how much work you want to put into it. There are people who do like maybe like 20 USD for a 1 hour video. You can definitely guarantee sure that it's like you toss them the entire gameplay VOD, they will just randomly find like some spot and then like crop things out. not crop things out, like just like cut things out, just cut the highlight randomly. He didn't even watch the video. He just randomly cropped everything and then combine it, render it, give it back to you. Done. He didn't do a single thing onto it.
Without subtitle, no memes, just parts compiled, done.
Yeah, that is like, so there's no like difficulty to it. You instead of saying ask difficulty, how much budget you want to give to that person's. If you want low budget, you will get low budget work. You want high budget work, they will give you high budget work. If you want something, it's very simple. It's like I do some like maybe I go to Vtuber and then it's like maybe doing something like Omegle kind of stuff. So all they have to do is just to crop. I want them to turn into short video. All they have to do is just to crop my face on top, the other people I'm talking like on the bottom, done. And then they can just like do like 3-minute works, just done. And then like and then I can just pay them like $5, $5 or like just 10 USD, done. Those things takes like 5 like USD to 10 USD. How do you think about like do a full length video?
Exactly.
You have to pay them like 60 to like 90s to actually functions properly.
That's a lot, man.
We don't have to do extra stuff unless you want to add a lot of things like effect, meme, this and that, stuff. That will depends on your own personal budget.
On personal, and also your own. You learn at your own pace, like all these new things. Because like they have like new things, new terms for like each kind of editing style, or basically you can just like even
the moment you want sound effect. Here's the thing: the moment you want sound effect, or some people slap on your face or meme into it for fun, that thing will become expensive. The moment you have that.
Yeah, that too.
Even a very like poorly made, it will still cost you maybe like depends on the length of the video, maybe like 50 USD, 60 USD. I'm not even kidding about that. It's that expensive.
Oh yeah, especially if it's personal, like custom request, then yeah.
It's like if you need like a very good transitions, they have like certain skill. They know how to like they have a very good timing on when to like put the meme there and the way like the meme like pop out or like the font like come out. Like they have every editor have their own kind of like, in between design. If you don't know what in between design is, it's like scene A to scene B. There's a way to transition in between the scene, and then the timing, the impact they do it, when they do it, the timing when they do it. Every editor have their own personal timing. So if you like that editors, you need that editor like personal editing language. Then you need to hire the editor. But too bad the editor, too many people hire them, so they have to amp up their monies. So they have to put like 80 USD just for like editing 10-minute videos.
Man.
Being editor is actually really like good earning. I've been wanting to be an editor too, but nobody want me to do editing or pay me to do any editing.
I mean, did you open an editing commission, Kay? Are you like, are you
Back in the
planning
days
to
I
open
did,
it?
but nobody wants me, so I removed it. It was wasting my space. Like I'm not affiliated in like I'm not verified in VGen, so like I'm like putting in there like just wasting my slot. I only got like 5 slots I can put in there.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Move with it. The program takes a very educated guess, but it's not 100% accurate. So the artists can go in and fine-tune it by hand.
They basically just
Painting
tweak
with
it in
light
between
allow the
time.
artists to get creative, with details
I just
down
show
to
you
the
like that
tiniest
time.
reflections in their eyes, as you can see here. The team used lighting not only to make the characters feel more real, but also to help tell the story. For example, when Jesper is handing out papers to the kids like a drug dealer, he's always standing in the dark to illustrate his shady behavior. And when he's exposed at the end of the film by his father, he's the only one standing in the light, while the others are in the dark. Inspiration for detailed lighting techniques came from movies and TV shows, like using just a sliver of light to illuminate a character similar to this scene in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, this is why when I say I'm a 3D animator, I study everything. Because I do have to study how filming works. Because 3D involves like a lot of lighting. So I have to study how lighting work, how to study like filming language. I have to study 3D animation. I have to study how to make a 3D model. I have to study how to do rigging, texturings, all those kind of jazz. Aside from that, because it's like 2D animation is the father of 3D animations. I still have to learn 2D animation stuff before I can learn 3D animation. But before I can learn 3D animation, I still have to study how to do like actual filming. So
Yeah, I mean,
when you do study 3D animations, you learn everything at the end.
we got this right.
Yeah, too bad like my course do not have like sound effect and sound stuff in there. So I don't know a jack shit about sound stuff.
Oh man, I took like sound design a bit back when I studied there. It was actually like pretty fun, like this, a bit of sound engineering, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, for me, it's like I study how to do visual stuff. Generally, it's just visual language. So, filming, 3D stuff, how movement, curve, all those kind of stuff. Actually, I still do not exactly know how the curve thing works. Like, people say like I have a strong sense of that when I do a lot of like all my action drawing, but I have zero idea what I'm like what they are talking about. So I'm just naturally good at this. Not flexing, it's just that I really have zero idea what they're talking about. Like, like when they see like a drawing, an action pose, they have like this like red line, like swirly curve line, they say like all those kind of things. Yeah.
The animation rule, there's the arc of line. Yeah. Something called arc.
Yeah, the arc line and everything. Like I literally have no, like even now I still have no idea what those curve line is. People keep telling I have a very good curve line when I do animations. I was like, what curve line?
I mean, it's more of a perspective and motion thing. It's like if they add like curve line, your drawing doesn't look flat. Like it actually like pops out more, and it gives like fluid and life to it. Yeah, that's what arc does.
And this scene, when Jesper
Oh, hold on a bit. While this thing play, I can like open some other stuff, ancient stuff that I have.
confronts the bully was inspired by Breaking Bad. It's important that the backgrounds also look three-dimensional and follow the same lighting pattern as the characters. So they used color keys as a guide.
They're quick doodles, they don't have a lot of detail, but they tell you exactly what the light direction is and how it's going to affect both characters and backgrounds.
For example, this color key shows how Jesper and Alva will be backlit by the sun coming through the window. And this one shows a progression of how the light will change on Alva as she steps towards Jesper. To make the backgrounds pop and appear 3D like the characters, the animators use several different techniques, such as multiplanes, where you have layers on top of layers to give the illusion of depth.
Just thinking about this, like this is like a guy's like 2 weeks job or like 1 week's job.
Yeah.
The team created a total of 3,160 scenic
They had to
layouts
spend
for
a
the
week
movie.
to do this.
After they merged the characters with the backgrounds, they used a second major step that really gave the 3D characters that intricate
See, like how
detail to
many
bring
work
them
is
to
this?
life.
This is a
They
single
merged the
frame.
characters with the
Again,
backgrounds
you look at
pop
everything in
and
here,
appear
that
3D of depth.
this part they show,
The team created
everything
a total of
happening
3,160
single frame.
scenic layouts for the movie.
Damn.
This one literally have 3,000 layout. Like, how many layers is that shit? How do you even track that shit? That's the first questions.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
After they'd merged the characters with the backgrounds,
See, like all this thing you're seeing here right now, separate. Team A is doing this animation, Team B is doing this animations. It's just complete separate animations. Yes, there can be different team handling one single scene.
they used a second major step that really gave the 3D characters that intricate.
Like again, this is
backgrounds.
one
They
frame.
used the second major step that really gave the 3D
Yeah,
characters
yeah.
that intricate.
Imagine they have to do like 50 frames of this in 1 second.
Yeah,
detail to bring them to life.
that's a lot.
Texture. With another tracking tool, they used contour, lighting, and motion to add various effects to specific parts of a character.
So now you could say, well, I don't want a lot of roughness on the skin, but I want the coat to feel rougher.
For example, they can make them look like an oil painting or a watercolor. These textures are subtle, but if you look closely, you can notice the difference. In the end, the characters looked much more 3D and like a part of their environment, as opposed to looking like
they
stickers
add
on top of an
textures.
elaborate painting.
And that's what throws people off when they say, this is 3D, because it's a volume and it's moving and it has texture.
Do you know how to do textures very easily when you do 2D art?
Yeah, Basically, you just, just look up stock photos.
No, you don't even need stock photo, especially clothes. Let me give you a tips. Just use noise.
Noise and the blur
Literally,
always works.
you look in here, just filter
Uh,
like effect. There's noise here. You just use noise. Done.
yeah.
Like my melody artwork. Let me try to find that thing again.
Wait.
Um,
Oh, I was looking at the wrong screen share. Sorry.
don't worry.
Huh?
Right now, let me see the project melody artwork. I have to like show it to the group, to the masses to let them see too. Bask in the glory of my project melody artwork. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. Okay, this is the file that I want to show. Yeah, bask in the glory of my project melody artwork. So, oh, I can't even show it. I had to show it different way. Hold on. I'm good at this. I think. Yeah, this one have Discord thing, and my face is here. Hi. So you look at this one. If you look really closely, the leg.
Oh, okay. I see it.
I have noise in there. Like if you look closely, there's noise there for the lighting. Just the highlight.
The shading. Okay, no wonder it's so popped out.
Like the lighting itself have noise, so the light show the textures of like the latex. Because usually the latex doesn't really show the textures until the light is like shining on it. So all the light stuff actually have noise. Obviously, it have been like shadowed out by the. I think I have to like open the actual like art file to show it easily. Like I have to open the art file. Hold on. It's a very big file. You can see like because like so this way you can see like the noise much more easily. Especially here, you can see the noise here.
Okay.
See?
Yeah. So it's not like pure airbrush. There's also like noise on top of it.
I didn't even use airbrush. I just plop a color gradient and then just noise.
Oh, okay.
Basically, colors and then I just go filter. Like this is my go-to thing. Just Gaussian blur. Gaussian blur everything. Just keep on spamming Gaussian blur like no tomorrow. Gaussian blur, noise. This is why my color kind of like pop every time. Is basically I'm just like, okay, blur brush, blur it up, blur a little bit of edge. Okay, done. This is something I learned from like drawing like Axel like fan art that time, because usually my artwork used to be like very solid. And after I learned like drawing like Axel artwork, it's like I learned to be a little bit more like how should I say it? Like I think I have to drag out some of my very old art to actually be able to like show it. My first generations, I can use Crystal as my guinea pig to show. You can see like all the art here when it comes to like shadow and everything here. You can see it's very solid.
Yeah, very flat.
So after like one day, I decided to draw Axel. Because of the lighting, I decided to have some fun. Blur only a bit.
Okay.
Just the tip. The tip of all the like you can see like the hard edge is still there. It's just some of the tip, the pointy part is blurred. Because of that partial blur, somehow it looks much more realistic, the clothes.
Yeah.
Because clothes always have like soft shadow and hard shadow in the same time. Because like a lot of fold is touching each other's, but when the fold is like distant away and then there's like lighting, like a lot of things kind of like blur in between. You can see this. I blur in between like the shadow from here, and the lighting from here, the light from here. Because of that partial blur, it kind of like make the drawing much more like softer looking, and the texture of the clothes is much more realistic because of that.
Wait, you added like scene lighting on Axel's pants too.
Yeah, it's basically right now my coloring rule. I have 3 rules: flat colors, shading colors, and then the environment colors. Basically, just like Klaus.
I see.
So you can say like the Axel pictures you watched that is the first time I ever did that, and then after that I just keep doing that nonstop.
Okay.
And then another thing is this particular one. This is an animation I made. You can see how many frames it is. It's just ball jumping. Ball jumping in the loop.
Wait, can you play it again?
So I kind of like, first I have to turn off like the tweening so you can see it much more easier. It's actually just the ball jumping one spot.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I do some tweening magic into it by dragging the ball. Now it kind of like look like a jump from one spot to another.
Okay.
Actually, I did this like tutorial just to like, teach people how to do animation back then.
Yeah. This is kind of like a really basic tutorial on how to animate.
Yeah, but nobody actually managed to follow it that time when I'm teaching them. Because they don't understand like this thing, like there's so many principles actually added into it. Even just like on the still drawing, you have to kind of know what will happen in the futures. So you can see round ball, squish. This thing is like, it curved itself. You can see like the ball itself kind of curve. At first it's just a round, and then they start to curve. It's like boing. It's trying to standing up. See? It's trying to stand up and then hop. Basically, it's like a spring effect. Boing. And then you can see the shape itself. I'm trying my best to maintain the volume of the shape while drawing it. See? The gravity is from bottom, so when it jumps, the tip have like something pointing up, but the gravity is like pointing down, so the bottom is much more heavier than the top. So when it reached the apex of the jump, boom, it got pushed up, like the bottom gravity catch up. And then it have to it's a ball, but I need to make it kind of like moving. So the ball is kind of curve, like curl up again, and then go back to the shape. It's like making it kind of like the ball is doing a flip. You can see like the ball is actually the same ball, but I kind of like add a little bit of effect line onto it, turn it, make the ball kind of looking like the ball is like flipping.
Okay.
So and then it will slowly land again. Like I say again, like there's a delay. The weight is catching up with the pointer.
Yeah.
And then it land on the ground, and then like the weight catch up, and it hit the ground, and then there's still the skin left, skin of the ball, and then poop, boing, back to the ball, and then loop again. So if I play it, it will be a very smooth ball jumping animations. But why there's such a big gap? Because like it's supposed to be this thing is like the entire background is like keep moving. Supposed. The plan was that time when I do the tutorial. So it have a tweening, so it just keep dragging back. So this is why you can see the timing behave like that. See? So this thing is jump forward, keep jumping forward, and then the camera just keep going to the right.
Yeah, now it makes better sense of because you're planning it so that it moves with the environment too.
Yeah, animation takes time. Like this is just a ball. Imagine I have to do the entire human doing this.
Yeah, the walk cycle.
This is a jump cycle, not even walk cycle. If I do a running animation, walking animations, if I just like do a jump animation, even all those things like takes times. You have to do like preparation for like like the most 3 basic simple rule. Like you have to anticipate, prepare it, and then like actions. Like you have to do something like pum pum pum, and then for me it's like this is like if I turn off the tweening, starting from here, this is original shape, pum,
Yeah.
pom, pum. Okay,
Oh.
pum pum pum. Okay, now it's like pum 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 finished. Now you have to go down again, and then ready the pose. Okay, this is like starting point. It finished the ready up, and then initiate pum, pum, pum.
Yeah, the squash and stretch.
Pum pum pum. And then after you have like the two like jump section and then the drop section into it, you can kind of like see it a little bit much more differently. The entirety of the jump will be pum pum pum, pum pum, like pum pum pum, pum pum pum.
Mm.
This is like how people study 2D animation. 2D animation entirely itself is an art. It's a very complex work.
Yeah, it is art.
Even though like we
Really?
draw really simple, but the complexity of the thought process we have to make it look real.
Yeah.
That's the main difficult part.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can ask people to do this kind of exercise and you get like a whole different versions of it from different people.
Yeah, it's a very different thing, and then we have a different understanding. This is why I say like when I say like animator do the in between, they are dead because they can't even do that.
Yeah.
They can't express like their own personal like animation timing. They have to follow the director's animation timing. You are not doing your own stuff. This ball jumping that I show is my own personal way to jump. You know, I do the pom 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 thing. Some people have different rule. They are not doing pom pom pom. They have like, okay, I need to do like boing, those kind of like feelings. So like everyone have a little bit of different kind of expression when it comes to the animation side. But when you are stuck at the animation job of doing in between, coloring, effect, background, you can't flex any of that.
Yeah.
Animation is a sad job. This is why even I finished study animations, I didn't do a animation work.
Yeah, like the only pride we can get is if we actually like
when people when the
one
director is like
project.
the job, like the movie or like the animations we made got into an award, our director go up, I would say, look at that one frame, I did that.
So look at my name is in the credits. My name is there.
But I can tell you one thing, 99.9% of people would just not see the credit at all. So you are still the unnamed, not even animated animators. True animators have like that animation feeling and timing they made in there. Like you if your job is to spend to do a follow A to Z, like in between, you are not animating. This is why that the 40 animator in there. There's maybe like 100 people is doing coloring, editing, and then the lighting.
What a sad life.
Sure. But it's really a combination of the light and the texture that makes that illusion.
The final stage is final composition, in which any last-minute details are added to the image, like particles. While the majority of the film followed the 2D process, the animators did use 3D models for some characters and objects, and combined the two seamlessly. And even though these were created using CGI,
the moment you can't even notice is it 3D.
Yeah.
they were lit the same way as the 2D characters were, by hand.
There's things that...
Because at the end, the model is AI, but 90% of the stuff is hand-drawn on the AI object. This is why, like, do you know, like, the League of Legends one, what they call it again?
The
anime? The Netflix one?
The Star Guardian?
Not the Star Guardian, didn't like League of Legends make like their own anime?
Oh, Arcane?
Arcade. So Arcade actually generally like 90% of the stuff is 3D, but it's just look 3D. They basically, everything is hand colored.
Oh, wait, so they don't actually use 3D?
They have 3D, but the 3D the model don't have colors. They only have shadings, and then they colors on top, and then like do shading again, because the 3D shading is just a marker for them to know where to shade.
Okay.
Basically, they draw on top of a 3D model.
Yeah.
benefit
You can
from
see
being
like
drawn
the
because
evolution of animation.
Yeah.
they feel more organic. And there's, things are not supposed to look
Even
organic.
like
There's things that
back
are supposed
then,
to
I find like the Looney Tunes movie was actually pretty cool because like they draw the cartoons and also shade them based on the scenes and shots that they pick for the movie.
You know what? What's the best about that? They only do this with 3 layers.
What? Wait, so like base color and then shading and then just the lighting there.
I think the lighting and shading is all together. The effect is the third layer. Basically, here's the thing. They have a paper. They draw all the paper first, frame by frame. Afterward, they have a plastic that have shadings on it. A clear plastic, put a shading on top of it, and then afterward, they put another clear plastic with the effect on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they can't put too many plastic layer on top, so people will like see the plastic layers. So they only have a minimum amount of plastic layer that can put on top of it only. This is why back then, even in live 2D, you try to like do live 2D stuff, there's only add and multiply, because that is how the animation industry back in the days does. Because they only can put a light and multiply colors into it. Technically, like multiply colors or like add colors into it.
Okay.
Mm.
Maybe I
look
can
solid, like wagons
dig
and
how
doors.
they made the movie.
Yeah, they
How
have
they made the lighting work.
It's basically they just draw on plastic. After they draw the background, they put the background paper like underneath, and then they have like the plastic with the character drawn on it. And then they have another plastic for the character lighting stuff. And then have another plastic if they have any like any other objects is like on top of them. This is why they call layering. Right now when we use digital art. They literally layer a plastic on top of another like plastic sheet.
Traditionally, okay, now I get it. Yeah, now I get it.
But they only can have so much layer on top of it because at the end it's still a physical plastic paper. So they can't like put too much layers. They have a layer limit.
Let's see.
Like the most basic have like maybe like 6 layers. Some like the most minimum would be 3. The background, the characters, and then maybe the item the character interact. It's like chair, tables, those kind of things.
Okay.
This is why when you come to see like animations, the object they are interacting and the background you see looks very different.
Yeah, in most animations, right?
Yeah. In all the old animations, everything they're going to like hold, they look really different because it's in different layers.
Yeah.
Background have background layers. Background is a complete different entity. And then the what again? The object that interact at first it might be on plastic, like the most on top plastic, but when they grab it, and then the character plastic that drawn the plastic that drawn the characters on it, they have to like do a frame skip. So the next frame, the moment they touch, the character will be holding the plastic cup will be in the character frame.
Okay.
In the character layers, like plastic layers. So this is like how they do. This is why every single time, if you look really sharply on all the frame by frame thing, the moment all the Looney Tune character, the moment they touch something, you can feel like there's a frame skipped on the object they're touching. Because they're skipping from the top layer to the bottom layers.
It's like they, like if there's a hand like trying to touch the object, they cover the hand on top of the object first before they draw it again.
Like you will see a snap movement, like something like I can maybe try to find this. Okay, gallery. Okay, because I didn't, I basically just like cropped it. Okay.
Mhm.
You can look at the Klaus screen. So I have this thing. I did not export the image. I screen cropped it.
Mhm.
So I have another frame which use the same thing but an additional layer on top. But I cannot crop it 100%. So the frame is going to look a little bit different. The moment I turn this into the next page, like if I don't know why it just keep in one page. It should have like 2 pages at the same time. You know what? Can I have 2 pages? Nope. So if I have this, and then if I turn this off, you can. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I can show the. Maybe I need to find like the video.
Yes.
Yeah, the video is much more easy to like see that.
Yeah.
Since I already made the video, I'm just going to show you the video. So this one, you're looking at right now.
Right, wise. Like
So you can see this particular part. That's a snap of movement in this one.
regret.
See?
Wait, I can't see it. Regret.
Oh. Again, like then go to the art scene. Go to the screen captures.
Gone. Oh, this one. Think about wife.
You can see there's a snap movement here. See that?
Gone. Think about wife.
And
Oh.
snapped. See that
It's
snap?
like a, it's like a kite.
So because they are doing everything hand drawn, so it's going to have a little bit shift and movement. So when they interact with the object, you can see that snap, slightly shift movement there. So it's not like full consistency because it's a completely different drawing.
I see.
Okay, back to the Klaus one.
It's interesting to know.
Yeah, actually, somehow I know more in depth about animation than most people, even though I didn't get the animation job.
Props, and it's really hard to make him feel consistent and solid through drawing.
If you look closely, Jesper's wagon is 3D, and so are some of the reindeer.
Whenever the reindeers had to do something that was particularly challenging for 3D to look right with the 2D, we just animate the reindeers in 2D, and sometimes we would animate one reindeer in 2D and the rest in the ones in the shot in 3D.
Scenes like this chase scene at the end of the film so seamlessly combine 2D and 3D.
Yeah, this is the limitation of 3D, but here's the thing, Xenozone Zero broke that thing. Basically, 3D always have limitations, so sometimes they have to like fill in as 2D. Like in this, like they sometimes have to draw the 3D stuff, turn it into like change the frame, turn it all into 2D because they want to like have a little bit like fisheye effect or like basically something will broke the physical model if when they do that. Xenozone Zero basically have an elastic model, so the entire model you can just like spread it out the way that it's not supposed to be. Like all the hard object is actually malleable object. The bone is snapped apart. All the joint is like disconnected. And then the model is still glued onto the object they kind of like have. So their engine system function like this. So if you have like this sled you're looking at right now, you can just pry it apart and then the sled can open up into V shape and it's still not breaking the model. But in reality, if you do any 3D model software, if you do that shit, the model will break apart. Any move, it looks fine, but if you do any like sudden movement, the entire model will just go like screw up into like fly, like like play those kind of games, just like do ragdoll and just like all the physics will just like go haywire.
Elements that it can be difficult to tell which is which.
There was a shot where Jesper lifts a plate cover at one point, and I commented on how good the integration of the 3D plate cover looked with the 2D character, and they said, "Oh no, that's actually 2D. We just painted it to look like metal."
Yeah, there's many parts actually you don't know when it's 2D, when it's 3D.
Yeah.
There's like this part like on the table this. You can see it. Like that's 3D and 2D mixed into it. So it's really hard for you to like tell apart 2D, 3D, and then there's also like that particular one, like I say, you have a 3D stuff there, but you at the end replace it with a 2D image.
Okay.
So now they have like a 3D stuff as a model. It's basically just to study their movement. After all this thing, they will hand draw and everything
Uh,
based on the movement like under the layers. See,
wow.
all this lighting and stuff. Actually, they did it. They used the same like tech to do this lighting on that.
Wow.
Even texturing and coloring. Ooh, I see you. So yeah, that, like basically, in some sense, anyone who know how animation work, the first time that it will watch Klaus is borderline magic.
Yeah, it is like borderline magic.
And since it's a Christmas movie, so it's a Christmas miracle this thing even happened, exist.
Like even me and my friends, we took like we study 3D animation, and like we actually thought it was 3D, but no, when we checked after the movie, it was actually 2D all along.
Because I aware of this kind of stuff, because I watch like how Arcane is made, so I understand this thing looks like, at first I thought it was just a 3D replacement. Basically, they have a 3D model and then they just color on top of it. Same with like Spider-Verse, they do the same thing too. They draw a lot of 2D stuff on top of the 3D model.
Okay.
This is why they have all those kind of fancy effect and like frame and squish and squash, because like the moment you see when they do squish and squash, they actually convert it back to 2Ds and then when they draw it.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, basically they draw on top of the 3D.
Yeah.
So at first I thought it was like
weird.
that. And then I go take a look about it, it was like, holy shit, this thing entirely is just 2D. It's not even like 3D. Technically, almost like no 3D is involved. Almost.
Like, okay, they redraw everything 3D that they use at the very end.
Technically, it's just object. All the character is 2D. Not a single thing is like not 2D. Especially the object they interacted. Like I say again, the moment when they touch the object is 2D. It's like a virus. You touch that thing is 2D now. You manipulate like holding that thing, like holding the paper and all this kind of stuff. It's 2D now. Generally, most of the object, the buildings, the background, they are stuff that is like 3D. A lot of stuff is 3D, but also the moment when they actually have interactions, the thing is 2D now.
I see.
The entire studio actually like flex the shit out of like all those things. It's like really, really flexing it. And then like if anyone think about like how complex is like how like this thing has already been looking so complex, like how is like normal animation, I can show you this one. Castlevania animatic. Okay.
Watch Castlevania.
You watch it. You watch this too, right?
No, I have not.
So you can see like how good this actually is. This is like here's the thing. They draw all this thing in Adobe CC.
Even the bad?
Yeah, so everything is like have you tried to use Adobe CC before? Not Adobe CC, Adobe Animate. Yes, Adobe Animate.
Yeah, I think I used it. It was Flash back then. It's called Flash.
Yeah, it's Flash. They draw this in Flash. I was like, how?
Okay.
So you can take a look at this animation process they have. You can see actually like it's solid. The shadow is solid. The entire Adobe Flash like trait is solid. All the line is actually solid line. Everything is vectors actually.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they probably like had to do rough before the cleanup. Yeah, and that's how they did it.
See, everything is actually like solid image block. And if you do like Adobe Animate enough or like Flash enough, you can see everything is actually Flash.
Oh yeah, the particle.
Maybe like after like hand draw, like everything is hand drawn effect, but also same time they are using Flash to draw it. I was like, holy shit! Like how many work do you guys have to do?
Yeah, man, like how? It is vector too. I cannot, man. I cannot. How I cannot brain how.
You can even see like this particular part. This particular part is vectors. All the line you can see like how they behave. They just do random squiggly line about vectors. Everything here is vector.
Damn.
Like I try to do like I only can do animations in Clip Studio is because it's hand drawn. I cannot do Flash is because everything's freaking vectors. I do not know how to functions with like vectors.
Has vectors too if you want to start learning.
I never know how to animate with vectors. Like vector is so difficult to animate. Like how people even manage to animate with vectors. Like the moment I see this, like holy shit, they animate in Flash.
I think if you have done masking in editing or rotoscoping before, yeah, that's basically how you animate vectors because
No, the important thing is like one layer, 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 one layer. Everything is one layer, you know. How do you even like track the shit?
Yeah,
you've seen the UI before on Flash. Like, how do you even track all those every individual layer? Even the particle. Like, this is one layer. This is one layer. This is one layer. Whose job's to like track all this thing?
Yeah, hey, that's like my biggest mystery since like I was a child.
Every dot is one layer. You have to know.
Free dot.
Dot, like this thing, one layer. This thing, one layer. This thing, one layer. This thing, one layers.
It's like they're animating in paint.
Not animating in paint. Like how should I say? Like if you animate in Flash before, you kind of know every single blob they created. This one blob is one layer, one object. This one object. This one object. This one object. Object. So you have to name object A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Like the amount of like layer you have to see. Like you take a look back into this thing again. You see, if I have one layer, one object layer, another object layer, another object layer, another object layer. Imagine like there's like 700 of those just to do this animatic. Like multiple timeline. It's not just one timeline. It's like one time. Like each blob you see that is one timeline.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can even show you like the one of the animation I made. Hi Dennis. Like one of the animation I made. Like let me try to find it. I have way too many stuff. I made this animation for Fluffy. So try to think this. This entire animations. Okay. This thing is just like it's just record this thing. So this is why like some of the colors not fill in. So you can see the eye. Look at how many like timeline I have to do for this particular thing. I can zoom it in. Then you see the animations, the tweening, the line, like everything is like one layers. The rough, the YCH like rough, and then like the animation, this and that is. You can see every single object. Like each layer have like one object timeline. So I already have this many timeline for like one simple thing. Like look at back at the like this like scene. It's like there's so many objects in here. Everything is like different timeline. Just looking at it will make you dizzy.
Yeah, I think honestly speaking, I don't think they actually move the vector lines. They just draw the vector frame by frame.
Yeah, no, it's frame by frame stuff, but still, you have to copy and paste it and then have to manipulate them.
Yeah, that kind of work.
Tiny bit.
Though. Yeah.
This is like basically they finished the vector drawing and then they have the flat colors, and then they just add the effect onto it. Effect is a complete different software. I think it's maybe After Effect or like some other things that they do it on top of this, or Photoshop it. I have no ideas. So all the glow and other stuff, all those things are After Effect. So this thing, you can see flash, 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 After Effect.
Okay.
See, this is why they use so simple blob of colors, because if they make more, there's just going to have more like layers they have to handle.
Probably was Castlevania.
Yeah, Castlevania, like the latest one is not really good, but the main, like the first first to 4th season is actually really good. All the animations and everything.
I remember like the game was like hype back then.
You can see like everything like they do. Like all the animation is really amazing. Yeah, so like there's lots of times people just ask me, do you watch anime? I say, I kind of do. I watch this. I don't watch anime anymore, I watch this. This is why I can just pull a lot of all this kind of clip like out of nowhere, because I watch this kind of things like daily.
Oh what? We're already 1 a.m. yapping about.
Welcome to Kirevako Podcast. You would never know the time when you are actually with me. Now you know why I set my like time like by standard at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Because there's a chance that we will speak more than 1 hour.
I mean, I've seen that. Like, it's not I have editing on the next day, so I'm good.
Nah, it's fine, it's fine. Since we already talked about Klaus and stuff, let's wrap up by talking about the comic. Yes, comic.
Yeah.